food on Instagram, never watch long-running TV shows, and never betray my habits. The first one causes envy to food. The second one just boring for me personally, and the third one causes chaos. However, that all smart people say the thing I'm going to show you. The smart people say that all decent changes in the world preceded by chaos. A month ago, I faced a need to plunge into chaos at my work to change my sleeping schedule. Our boss doubted that we were effective at work and announced to us that me and my colleagues, were going to start our working days 2 hours earlier. That was announced before the 2 weeks vacation, and our boss presumed that we got used to that new habit, waking up earlier in those 2 weeks. 2 hours earlier. Me, a person who finds the only one good thing in waking up earlier. Nothing. However, after the meeting with my boss, I found another good thing in waking up earlier, to feel like I felt in my childhood. Sorry? And I was feeling in my childhood like that. I just had to wake up early no matter when I went to bed before, late or early. However, since that time, those formula has changed to waking up almost at 9 a.m. no matter when I went to bed. Why? You know that relations, a lot of homework, a lot of sometimes visiting friends, sometimes visiting theaters, cinemas, and of course, crazy workload, which exhausted me. So all of that made me to go to bed after midnight. Thus, chaos burst into my vacation at the very beginning. The 2 first mornings, my brain would ignore the alarms, despite my ears were suffering. I ignored alarms at 6 a.m., at 6:30, at 7 a.m., and 5 times more, and I woke up at 11:30 in the morning. And that crazy alarm won't help me to wake up earlier. In sympathy with my brain, I refused to wake up at that stupid time or clock. Indeed, all the coffee beans in the world couldn't make me wake up, couldn't make me a morning person. That made me think, that phrase, that probably coffee will help me to make those breakthrough. And probably that is breakthrough point. So I said to myself, next morning, I'm starting with coffee. I decided that, and however, it took me 3 days to wake up in the morning. When I finally managed it, I of course woke up and sipped that beverage, and after a cup of very, very great coffee, soon I felt like I had a not breakthrough. My head was feeling like it is hangover inside of it. And the only breakthrough I had is calling to my colleagues, gossiping about our boss, about other colleagues, and complaining on the fact that we cannot start waking up early during that period. But how do others manage to do all of that? To have late party and then wake up in the morning really early, to have cold shower, to have jogging or morning exercises, to do all homework, and to manage to arrive at work on time. Actually, I was feeling that I would also can do that, cope with all of that rare things if the working day started at 1 a.m. 1 p.m. of course, not 11, not 10 a.m., and of course not 2 hours earlier. In a week, I've conquered the habit of having coffee in the morning at 11 a.m. in the morning. And I got used to the thought that I would never succeed with waking up earlier. After the eighth cup, I cheered up and thought, I just like inspiration. And where could I find the inspiration? In the inspirational articles, of course. I Googled, and what have I found? 10 steps to attract success in my life. Great. Then, 11 ways to wake up earlier. Amazing. And finally, 5 tricks or rituals to wake up at 5 a.m. Bingo! Next week started for me at 5 a.m. Without coffee, but with inspirational quotes of celebrities. The most exciting one was about said that nothing is impossible. So why not doing nothing? Because it is vacation time. But I had a huge feeling of tired because of waking up at 5 a.m. And I was waiting for Saturday to wake up and to do nothing since 11 a.m. But they say that no exceptions for the weekends and you have to wake up at 5 a.m. anytime. That's how my vacation flew over and I was dreadfully waiting for the first day back to work. On Monday, I woke up, no, not at 5 a.m., of course. I woke up at 4:30 because of my neighbor's cursing. My upstairs neighbor came to me and told me that she had had a steam pipe accident and the water was leaking. And she invited me to help her, not to flood my apartment. And we were wiping up the floor at her apartment, waiting for the emergency crew. By 7 a.m., I've had my morning exercises, wiping the floor. I've cleaned my upstairs neighbor's apartment. I've cleaned my apartment. I've cheered up without any coffee. I cheered up myself. I cheered up the emergency crew, and I arrived to work 2 hours earlier on time. I got to work to retire and to find a more relevant job with more friendly schedule. And you know what? I'm convinced that those two terrible weeks went vain. Know why? Because all great changes are preceded by chaos. Thank you.
Thank you, Natalie. Very nicely done here.